in today's tutorial, we're going to be taking the Tartelette and Bloom palette, and the first shade we're going to use as our transition is going to be Smarty Pants, and I'm taking that on my MAC 224 and just working that into the crease. Next, I'm going to be grabbing Sweetheart and Rebel, and I'm going to be mixing the two shadows, working that into the crease and packing it halfway onto the lid. And I'm just going to be building up that color until I'm satisfied with the pigmentation of it. And then next, I'm just going back into my MAC 224 and then blending out the edges so that way there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm taking my Sigma shader brush and wetting it with some, I think I use Fix Plus or my Smashbox Primer Water, and I'm taking Firecracker on the flat shader and packing that as our lid shade. So basically just wetting the brush just brings out the pigmentation a little bit more with the shadow. Next, I'm going to be taking Leader on my MAC 221 brush, and I'm just going to be packing that on the outer V just to give it more depth. I did want this look to be a little bit more smoky on the outer corners, so that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm just taking my Morphe M441 and blending out the edges. And then I did grab my Anastasia brush just to further blend that out. Next, I'm going to be packing Charmer, and I'm going to be using that as my brow bone highlight. And again, I'm just blending out the edges. So I didn't realize this next part was blurry, but I didn't want to leave it out. But basically, I'm just applying my wing with my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I also did apply these falsies and mascara off camera. Next, we're going to be moving on to the face, and I'm just going to be priming my face with my Smashbox Primer Water, and then I'm taking my Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer and Smoothing and putting that on my T-zone. Next, I'm taking my NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation, and I'm just going to be using that as my foundation today. And then I'm going to be blending everything out with my Damp Beauty Blender. And you also never want to forget the neck, just so that way everything looks even. Next, I'm taking my Holy Grail Under Eye Corrector and my Giorgio Armani Master Corrector number 2, and I'm just applying that underneath my eyes. Next, I'm taking my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer, and I'm just going to be using that to conceal and highlight. I've been testing out this concealer for probably a few weeks now, and I have to say I honestly love it. It's definitely lightweight, and it covers my dark circles perfectly, so I'm really enjoying this concealer. So if you're looking for a new concealer, I highly recommend for you to go out and pick this one up and definitely try it out. Next, I'm just going to be blending all that out with my Damp Beauty Blender. And then next, I'm just taking my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and just baking everywhere that I highlighted. And I'm also applying it on my jawline just to chisel out my cheekbones. And then I'm setting my T-zone and basically everywhere else that I did highlight with my translucent setting powder as well. Next, I'm taking the Benefit Dewy the Hoola Liquid to Matte Bronzer. I did pick up a huge deluxe size of this in my Sephora order that I recently just did, and I have to say I'm loving it. I am still testing it out though. I've only used it twice, but so far it's really pretty and I love the finish of it. I still do set it though. Just because I have a habit of setting any cream that I do put on my face. So that's what I'm doing here, is setting my whole face with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Next, I'm taking my Sephora Luminizing Drops in Morning Light and using that as my base for my highlight. And then just blending that out with my Damp Beauty Blender. Next, I'm taking my MAC MSF and Gimme Sun and just bronzing up my face and kind of just setting that Benefit bronzer that we placed previously, just to give my face a little bit more structure and depth. And then next, I'm going to be taking my Dual Fiber brush just to blend out any harsh edges. Next, I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D contour palette and taking this cooler shade in the palette just to further chisel out my cheekbones. I do love a pretty intense contour, so that's what I'm doing here with my NARS Ita brush. And then I'm going to further blend that out again with a duo fiber brush. And then I'm just going to be baking my lower jawline again just to clean up that contour, just so that way it doesn't look muddy. I could get pretty heavy-handed, so this kind of cleans up any mistakes that I may have done. Next, I'm taking my fan brush and wetting it with my Smashbox Primer Water, and then I'm going to be taking my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter and placing that over Morning Light. This combo has recently become my go-to. Lester Lex has actually been raving about this for the past few weeks, so ever since she's mentioned this combo, I have been obsessed. Next, I'm taking MAC Margin, and I'm going to be using that as my blush today. And then again, I'm going to be taking my duo fiber brush just to brush away that baking and blending out any harsh edges. Next, we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to be mixing Rebel and Leader and just smoking that on my lower lash line. I'm not being too precise with this. I kind of want it to be a little messy, so I'm just going to be blending that with my lower lash line. I also lost a clip of me lining my inner lash rim with NARS Rhubarb Apart Nude Liner. So that's what I also did. That's not featured here. And then I highlighted my inner tear duct with Funny Girl. And then I'm just adding my L'Oreal Telescopic just to make sure my lashes are evenly coated and my falsies are blended as well. And then I'm just spraying my face and setting it with my MAC Fix Plus. Next, we're going to be moving on to lips, and I'm just lining my lips with my with my NYX Natural Lip Liner. And next I'm taking my Dose of Colors Truffle and topping that off on top of the NYX. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!